Hey, what's going on, guys? Sinister Skater here, and welcome to episode number 6 of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Best to Worst, where after I get Diamond Camo on a weapon class, I spent a bunch of time using the weapons. I've mastered the weapons essentially. I'll go in and rank each of the weapons from the best to the worst in order to let you guys know what are the good weapons to use in Infinite Warfare. It's also a fun little thing to do. And this is going to be the last best to worst for the main weapons. Today we're going to be covering all of the secondaries in Infinite Warfare. After this we're going to do a classic weapons episode. And then I really don't have anything planned for after that. If you guys have any ideas or things you'd like to see me rank from best to worst in Infinite Warfare, go ahead and throw them out there in the comments. But we're going to hop right into it. And remember, as always, for every best to worst, we're covering the base weapons. We're not talking about variants or anything like that, because those do definitely affect the rankings. So we're going to start by giving out an honorable mention, and then we're going to give an honorable mention to the combat knife, because
it's a knife.
I mean, the combat knife, you run around with it, you knife people, it's an insta-kill, it's a melee weapon. It's just going to get an honorable mention. I guess it may be the best. I don't know. We're gonna give it an honorable mention to keep it out of the list. Now, we're going to go ahead and rank the pistols and the launchers separately, but the order that I am ranking them in is actually the full best to worst list for the secondaries. To me, all the pistols are better than each of the launchers, so it kind of works out perfectly. So the best pistol, dude, this thing's like a primary almost in this game, is the EMC. It is definitely the best pistol. I love this pistol so much. This is a semi-auto energy pistol, and I never really used pistols before in Call of Duty that much, especially since the Pick 13, Pick 10 system came in. I always gave up my pistol because I never really used it, but I use this in a lot of my classes now because it is good. It's easy to use and very deadly. You can shoot it as fast as your trigger finger will go, and there's virtually no recoil. It's high damage, good range, quick time to kill. It melts up close if you guys have the trigger finger. I'm telling you, if you don't have a trigger finger, I'm going to link a video in the cards right now so you can go check out how to improve your trigger finger, because it's very easy and it's a very simple adjustment. Go check it out. But it's easy to use as a primary weapon. It's also the perfect definition of a sidearm, with it being an energy weapon. You can take some shots at someone with your primary. Maybe you run out of ammo, you have to whip out your pistol, your EMC, to finish them off. Then you can just simply stow it away and let the energy weapon regen its ammo for you. You don't have to worry about reloading the weapon. It's like the perfect example of a secondary weapon that acts as secondary, but it's also a really good primary weapon. You can just use it to murder people, and it's godly. So EMC, best pistol in Infinite Warfare, hands down. The rest of the pistols are kind of mad at me. At number 2, we have the Oni. I like this pistol. I don't like it as much as now. It's a full auto energy weapon. It shoots faster the longer you hold down the trigger, which is a little specialty it has. I feel like it has a slow time to kill due to the first 4 shots firing so slow. Like in many situations, you're either going to use the pistol to just kill someone, and you pull the trigger immediately and it's just like a really slow rate of fire, or you whip out the pistol to, finish someone off. In both situations, you need stopping power in a weapon, and you don't get the stopping power in this weapon until it starts to ramp up, and that's why I feel like this isn't as good as a pistol, because it's just slower to kill people in multiple situations. It is good when the fire rate ramps up. It's really useful in multi-kill situations, or if you pre-fire and time it out so you start hitting people when the rate of fire starts to increase. But, I mean, you have to fight the recoil with it, too. I mean, it goes straight up, but it still messes you up sometimes. It's not that good dual-wielded because you have a lot of recoil. I don't know. You can play around with pre-firing and getting a lead on enemy, and it can do work, but, it's kind of to me. So, yeah. At number 3, we have the Hailstorm, which is a 3-burst pistol with very low recoil. Now, this thing can drop enemies, or it can make you want to bang your head against a wall. If you hit the 3 bursts, you can get an easy kill, and it feels very powerful. But I found it to be very inconsistent in getting the 1 burst kill, and sometimes it takes 2 bursts to kill people. But the problem with that is that this thing fires very slowly, and the enemy can easily kill you before you get your 2nd burst off. That's why I decided to put it under the Oni, even though I personally like the Hailstorm more. The Oni, you can spray and adjust the recoil. The Hailstorm, if you get hit markers, you're pretty much a sitting duck waiting for that 2nd burst. Now, the epic variant of the Hailstorm, you can hold the trigger down. It got a nice little auto burst. It bursts faster. Yeah, Infinity Ward actually gave it away for free in December. It's really good, and it fixes the problem that the base Hailstorm has. But we don't do variants here, so the Hailstorm is going to be at number 3. Now at number 4, the worst pistol, we have the KENDALL 44. The Hailstorm and the Oni are decent to me. KENDALL's garbage. Never using it again. It is a semi-auto pistol, ballistic rounds, faster rate of fire than the EMC, but honestly, my trigger finger can fire the EMC just as fast as I can fire the KENDALL. The KENDALL, I just get a bunch of hit markers with this thing, and it feels like it's really good up close, but at a distance, it's just a pea shooter, and it's really frustrating. With the EMC being so good, there's no reason to use this gun ever, let alone the other 3 pistols. I mean, the EMC is just far more powerful. It's an energy weapon. It has all the positives I talked about earlier. It just blows the KENDALL out of the water. The one good thing about the KENDALL is it does shred with the auto sear full auto attachment. I'll give it that. Pretty good with that attachment, but my trigger finger is fine, and I hate this gun. And let me know how you'd rank the pistols, because now we're moving on to the launchers. So there's 3 launchers in Infinite Warfare. Pretty straightforward. Again, I'll rank all these below the pistols in the full list, just like the order we're discussing them in. But at number 1, we have the PLAW. This is a quick charge energy launcher. You hold the trigger down a bit, it charges up, and it fires a nice plasma ball at your enemies or at score streaks. You get 3 shots with it. You can't regen ammo unless you use the rewind ability, just like with the other launcher in the game. But you can't lock on with this. You can ADS, but there's no lock-on feature. The other launcher has a lock-on feature, but it outclasses the other launcher anyway. I mean, it takes streaks down easily, and you can kill people with it easy. The PLAW is just the way to go. It also shoots in a very straight line. Actually, I'm about to compare these 2 launchers a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and say the Spartan SA3 is at number 2. Now, the Spartan is your standard launcher. You can lock on to score streaks with it, or you can free fire. You get 3 shots just like the PLAW, and it's worth mentioning that it does force you to aim down sight before shooting, even when you try to hip fire. It's kind of weird. It also shoots in a straight line like the PLAW as well, but if you can get over the locking on mechanic, the PLAW is way better. You just have to be able to aim at the score streaks, which is pretty easy to do. Big ones like the Warden, no problem whatsoever. UAV, you just aim a little bit to the right and fire, and you take it down with no problem. Once you get a hang of it, it's like second nature. The PLAW also shoots faster than the Spartan SA3, which if you're trying to take a UAV down before a teammate who's using the Spartan SA3, for like a camo challenge, you're gonna win that battle because the PLAW shoots significantly faster. It's also easier to kill people with the PLAW. It has a bigger splash radius, and you get way more reliable kills, and it shoots about at the same rate as the Spartan, since the Spartan forces you to aim down sight. So that's my 2 cents. I mean, both launchers are mainly used to take down score streaks. Both of them do their job, but the PLAW gets slightly better if you know how to use it and just develop some skill with the weapon. Now finally at number 3, the worst, even worse than the KENDALL, is our buddy here, the HOWITZER, which is a grenade launcher. You shoot a grenade, you cock it, and you can shoot another grenade. You get 3 grenades with it when you spawn, and I can never recommend you to use this weapon because it sucks. I mean, anyone using Blast Shield or the Flak Jacket in this game you're going to get a hit marker on them no matter what. If you land a grenade that's pretty much not next to the enemy's feet, you're probably going to get a hit marker as well. I mean, grenade launchers haven't been good in Call of Duty games for a while, ever since like the Modern Warfare 2 NoobTube days. I feel like Infinity Ward put the HOWITZER in as like a troll weapon to make people just rage when they're trying to go for Diamond and Solar and Black Sky camos. I mean, I'll admit I've had some cool kill streaks and clips with the HOWITZER, but it's not a good weapon. It's also not good for taking out score streaks. It takes way more grenades and multiple lives and just dying trying to shoot at a Warden to take a Warden down than does the other launchers. It's not good. Don't use it. It's simple as that. But that's the best to worst list for all of these secondaries. Let me hear your guys down below in the comments. Give me a full list of all the secondaries. Give me your pistol list, your launcher list, whatever you guys would like to do. But that's it for this episode. We're going to be doing the classic weapons next in a bit of a different style of best to worst. And then after that, again, I don't have anything planned. So if you guys have any ideas, share them down below in the comments. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Sinister Skater. Be sure to subscribe for future gaming and Call of Duty content if you guys aren't already. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike if you disliked it. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.